gay!
What is up, everybody? It's another week of totally inappropriate team sports, or as we like to call it, TITS. I'm your host, Cheeseman, back where I should be. Joined along with by
Black Tar Heroin.
Hey, Matty Icing.
and not so conspicuous by his absence, Mark Wahlberg, who should be joining us at some point. So come on, Smart, get your ass ready, because
It's time!
I guess he didn't hear me. He said he'd be about 10, 15 minutes late. Here we are 17 minutes later, and he's still not here. So we'll just bullshit for a few, I guess, and see if he fucking pops into the chat. Or pops onto the show, I should say. We can go through the normal dead silence at the beginning. How was your guys this week? Anything fun and exciting?
Well, actually, no.
Just spent it fighting an ear infection.
Oh, fun.
I can't. Last one I had hurt so bad and like took away my hearing for like 3 weeks.
Damn. Yeah, it's been some years since I had one. The last one I had, though, sent me to the fucking urgent care because I was bleeding from the ear. So I was like, guess I should go see a doctor about this.
Yeah, I think I had a little blood at one point.
I'm just over a week into this one.
Bitch, that sucked. What's up, True North? He's a Packers fan, everybody, in case you didn't know.
Elbows up.
What's this elbows up shit? I didn't bother to look. I don't keep up on lingo. I put my elbow up and I'm drinking. Oh no, I just put it out. Yeah, we got to dodge some tornadoes and shit down here in southern Michigan and northern Ohio. You guys have anything hit up by you, Matt?
It was more north, like Howell. I think they had a tornado. They at least were a tornado warning. Well, by the time it hit us, like there was one big gust, like the first front wind, and then it just rained. Nothing major. Nothing like they made it sound like all the alarms are going off and phones are going like, oh, there's a severe weather coming, and it wasn't anything.
Yeah, I had to go drop Bradley off on Sunday, and then on the way back, I drove into the shit. I was hoping to beat it back, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna drive right into it.
I know,
shit hit me hard, but it was like 3 minutes, and I was through the worst of it.
Yeah, I say Belleville. I know they got hit hard. Saying like Bemis Road,
Sumter and
by
Bemis.
Willis and stuff. Yeah, Sumter and Bemis. Yeah, like knocked out trees and stuff.
Yeah, that fucking this big ass tree laying on a house and fucked this house up.
Yeah, I guess another one too was a tree fell across the road, and like they didn't get to it in time, and it was like just sitting there, and someone stole someone's car and like had a police chase, and it ended because the guy got stuck because the tree was blocking the road.
Damn. There's a God, he really did not like your ass. Thou shalt fucking stop and drop a tree down the road. Did you hear, have you seen any of the videos like from around Gaylord and shit?
Oh yeah, all the ice.
Yeah.
We actually at my work, someone went up to go fix the generator because it was like a family friend, and like give them a whole new generator because their property needed it. They said like once you got past, was it Grayling or maybe even before Grayling, none of the gas stations work. Like you can't get gas.
Yeah, power's out everywhere.
Yeah. I was watching people like the trees just snapping in half.
Yep. I've seen a video of that. There's 3 of them right in a row. You just see them bending more and more. 3 of them all just right in a row. Didn't come across as accurate on a video, but when you're in person, that shit sounds like a straight gunshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Uncle Sean today. I was like, were you guys up there this weekend? He's like, no. I was like, good. Glad you guys weren't trapped by it. He's like, yeah, but fucking trees are down all over the fucking property. I guess fucking tree went through the fucking garage. And there's a couple trees leaned up against the fucking pole barn. They said a small one fell on your fucking trailer, but the neighbor was able to just pull it off and everything's fine with it, I guess.
Yeah, so there's really no big trees right there, so.
Yeah. Michigan got butt fucked. ass and the mouth simultaneously. Tornadoes in the bottom, ice storm in the mouth.
I think they got blizzards up in the UP too.
Yeah. And we got more severe weather coming for us tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we have the same.
Yeah, so we're a little bit more in the threat risk down here. I think a decent portion of southern Michigan. I think you're far enough north where you're out of like the 80-mile-per-hour potential winds. But as we're supposed to get a storm rolling through at like 8 in the fucking morning, and then another one rolling through at like 9 at night, and the one at night's supposed to be more. It's oh cool. That's about the time I might be walking home from work. Can't wait.
I hate night storms. I wish the storms would come more during the day.
Yeah, you can see them coming and enjoy them more. And then,
Yeah.
well, see if a tornado's rolling down the road at you.
I know I had Tatum the other night when that storm came in. Me and her went out to the back porch and watched like the lightning and stuff.
Yep.
Teaching her not to be afraid of it.
Yeah. It was cool watching that shit roll in. Once that fucking wind hit me while I was driving down the road, though, I was like, ooh. I just got Chelsea a minivan last week. So I'm driving around in a minivan, and then fucking 60-mile-per-hour winds hits the side of a minivan. It's like, whoa!
Yeah.
You get pushed a little bit. A whole lot more car there to catch the wind than I'm used to.
They're probably the first person to ever get seasickness on land.
Yeah. Possible. Like I said, I drove into it. It was rough for a couple minutes, but that was fine. But then I got to drive through like all the aftermath and shit. Like there's a tree halfway across the road, so I had to cruise around that. And then there was a unidentified roof sitting in someone's front yard. I'm like, where did that come from? I couldn't even figure it out. I was looking around like, what's missing a roof? Just this gnarled piece of fucking metal.
It's from 3 counties over.
All right. I've seen a video of somebody run out in the backyard to get their dog out of the fucking little cage thing just in time before the tornado hit. Like the fucking cage and the shed and everything around it fucking flew the fuck away, and somehow the trampoline was still there. I'm like, damn, that's gotta be like the best staked down trampoline in
Right?
history.
I always see like the storms and stuff. Yeah, wind trampoline got thrown away.
Yeah, trampolines are always the first to go. They must have fucking put that shit in the ground with concrete. All right, come on, Smart. There's only so much weather talk we can fucking do.
How's it across the pond there, Luke?
Raining.
Pretty much.
London's like, or fucking the UK is like the Seattle of the United States. It just rains all the time.
I could not do that. It sucks enough here when we have the whole gray clouds for the next like 4 or 5 months of winter.
Yeah.
But at least I know then I get like a nice summer, so it's
Like,
worth it.
Y'all are surrounded by water over there, but you don't have beaches because what's the fucking point?
Fucking hell. Do you guys just want to move on to at least the March Madness?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Trying to bullshit for a minute, but all right, yeah, on to the March Madness. That's super exciting. Fucking 4 number 1 seeds in the final 4.
Woo, go
Look that up real
NIL.
quick.
Go transfer
Yeah.
portal.
Yeah, that makes it super boring. I mean, hell, even the final 4 was like 1 versus 2, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Trying to look up real quick when the last time the final 4 was all number 1 seeds. There we go. Last time final 4 was all 1 seeds. Oh, happened back in 2008. For some reason I thought it was longer ago than that, but fuck, that's almost 20 years ago now. Back then it was Kansas, Memphis, UCLA, and North Carolina. Now we got fucking Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston.
Nice of you to show up.
Ah, there he is.
Hello.
We killed some time talking weather, so we're just now getting into March Madness.
Ooh, what's the latest in the weather?
No, just we got slammed
You'll
up
have
here.
to listen to the show again for that.
Yeah. Odyssey.com rewind.
I was gonna say it.
Y'all got some fucking tornado warnings and shit down there in Tennessee, didn't you?
Not this time around. At least not where I live. We were under a tornado watch Monday
I feel
morning.
like, don't y'all get that like every time there is a storm?
Right.
Basically in the spring, yeah, honestly.
We
Yeah, that was
just
the nice
avoid
thing.
all this
When I
shit
lived in
here.
Kentucky, it was like when it was springtime, it was nice because it actually got warm and everything. But man, you get some gnarly storms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The hell's going on in the background at your place, Mark?
I have a fan on. I could turn that off, but I don't know.
That-
Charlie's
Like a-
watching some TV.
Right. What is in the background at Matt's? I don't know. I didn't hear it till Smart came on though. Sounds like toys or something almost. Whistling.
There's a train. There's a train that just went by. I had the window open. I had to close the window.
That's probably what it was. I still kind of hear it, but it's fine. So yeah, like I said, their final four now is Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Houston. I never got a championship pick from Smart, but as it sits right now, Matt picked Bama to win the championship. That's out.
Kind of, sort of. I said that before you got on last week. I was saying I was going for Florida, so
Okay.
they're still in play.
Luke and Smart then have Florida, and I have Houston, so I'm still alive in that aspect. But in the overall aspect, I am very much dead. Updated scores: I have 12 points. Luke has 16 points. Matt has 17 points. And even though the motherfucker wasn't here for the draft, Smart Wahlberg is running away with things with 21 points.
Yay!
Yeah, the whole giving him the high thing kind of hurt.
Right. Just give him the highest seed. And like none of us wanted the higher seeds, so Smart just benefited like a motherfucker.
He got the 2 number 1 seeds, which really paid off.
Yeah, he's got Auburn and Houston. Luke has Florida, Matt has Duke. I am completely out of teams at this point.
At least I know my team's going to win it all.
North says those kids with the toy recorders are back, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds
Thursday, Box kept insisting that there was a circus going on behind me.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I was chalking it up like, well, maybe it's just the train being noisy.
Just like reverse going insane. I'm not hearing voices, but everyone around me is.
Oh, you'll have to go back and listen back after the show. So, yeah. Like I said, Smart's running away with it. He's fucking 4 points ahead of Matt. And Matt just has Duke left, which Duke could fucking go all the way, but I don't think that's enough for him to even catch up to Smart. I'm pretty sure Smart has mathematically won.
Yeah. He has a team in the East, or a team on both sides. So no matter what, he'll get the...
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't have to win a game. He could lose both his games, and Matt could win 2 games and still not catch him. Luke could catch or win 2 games and not catch him. So Smart's officially the winner of March Madness this year. And he wasn't even here for the draft.
Good job, Smart.
Yeah, that's when I'm most successful. When other people pick for me.
Right. It does
I
seem
love
to
all the
out
work
for
you
you.
put in. All the crunching of numbers and everything.
Right. He studies analytics very closely.
Well, the
Late
first
nights of
half of it
rewatching.
very much into the analytics is kind of what I'll take a read that.
Analytics.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's that new Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. That's pretty cool.
He's not doing the box out this year.
No, unfortunately, not. Yeah, I did not assault a woman during the commercial this year, so that's kind of a bummer. But
Yeah, that's a super bummer. Speaking of assaulting a woman, I forgot to fucking send you guys something in the chat.
oh no.
It was like an old clip from a movie or a show or something. My buddy Ron sent it to me today. It just makes me smile. Like evil motherfucker. To be fair, it was a mom slapping a full-grown daughter, but it was still kind of funny to watch. You tramp, whore!
Oh my.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna have to figure out what the fuck that is, because if it was a problem on Thursday and it's a problem tonight, you're gonna have to get that figured out at some point.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
You got a harmonica strapped to your fucking microphone. Hey,
It stopped.
it stopped.
Done.
We figured it out.
He
Whatever
turned
you
off
just
the Ferris
did.
wheel.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was it?
I turned the fan completely off.
Oh,
That's not gonna work come summertime. That's gonna be a problem.
right. Try to WD-40 that bitch or something.
Let's
Yeah.
start a
no.
GoFundMe.
Hmm.
Get you some air conditioning, central air.
You have to live like
Uh-oh.
Luke. No essential air.
Residents are advised that melting snow can increase the risk of avalanches.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare.
I'm going to reuse that one on Thursday, True North.
Mm-hmm.
Vox will appreciate it. All right. Well, fuck. I guess we could just go ahead and get it into hockey. Get that over with. We got 9 games to do this week. And then after that, we're going to do a quick draft with sports-related TV shows. They can just be, fictional bullshit comedy shows. They can be the real things, like serious documentary type shows. So, sorry, wrong show. Residents are advised that melting snow can increase the risk of gay pirates. There you go.
I'm a gay pirate. He's a gay pirate. Find a hole in the wall on my knees.
I'm a butt pirate. That's one drop we're definitely never changing. I might come up with some other drops for other teams over the fucking off season, but not that one. That one stays. I already sent Luke a new one for the Jaguars for next year. I'm like, you delete that fucking Fred Durst bullshit, and this is the new Jaguars drop.
Duval.
That's exactly the one. The video too, so you can see his creepy ass saying it. All right, last week when I wasn't here, we had the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche favored by 1.5. Matty Ison decided to be a homer, and it cost him. The rest of us took Colorado. The rest of us pick up the point. Seattle at Calgary. Calgary favored by 1.5. We all took Seattle because fuck the Flames. Flames win, but only by 1, so that's a point for all of us. Rangers taking on the Kings. Kings favored by 1.5. We all take the Kings because of LA. And LA gets us all the point. Thank you, Kings. New Jersey at Chicago. For some reason, I decided to go alone with Chicago. I've done that twice now, maybe even 3 times, and it's bit me in the ass every time. So we're done with that. I don't do that anymore. Lesson learned. Point from Matt, Smark, and Luke. Vancouver at the Islanders. Islanders favored by 1.5. I originally in the comments said, fuck Luke's girlfriend, but apparently that never came through, as they said, you didn't send us your pick. So then I had to just say Vancouver. But that's a point for me and Luke because we took Vancouver and fuck Luke's girlfriend. Boston and Anaheim. Anaheim favored by 1.5. Smart took the Boston drop because he wanted to hear it and be different, and it cost him a point.
Which I have it downloaded to my computer. I can just play it whenever I want to.
Right. And last game, Dallas giving up 1.5 to Edmonton. Luke said, I can go alone and get an extra point, and the motherfucker did it. Edmonton gets the win. Or no, Dallas got the win, but only won by 1. So they did not cover. Either way, Luke gets the point. Son of a bitch. So, on the week, Smart goes 4-3. Matty Icing goes 4-3. You fuckers are always tying every fucking week, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
I think 1 week out of the last fucking 7 weeks, you guys haven't tied. I go 5-2. Luke Birch 7-0. I wasn't here last week. I won't go over a lot of it, but Luke went 5-0. 2 weeks in a row, Luke has not gotten a game wrong. Pretty sure that's never happened. Son of a bitch. So on the year, Smart Wahlberg 91-85. Matty Icing 92-84. I'm at 98-78, and 9 fucking points ahead of me. Luke Birch at 107 and 69.
Nice.
I'm 6 games above Matt. Matt's in third and I'm in second. And then Luke's 9 games above me. He's 15 games above Matt and 16 games above Luke. Or fucking Smark. What the fuck? It's domination. Who was the wrestler that had that song? Was it Ezekiel Jackson? Straight domination.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure it was Ezekiel Jackson.
I'm looking it up. Give me a second.
So
I completely forgot that man existed. Also, was it the fucking Ducks that were playing the Boston Bruins?
no. Or yeah, that's you took Boston and you didn't take the Ducks. You double
Yes, I
fucked
know, but-
yourself.
Well, that was like the only game I actually ended up trying to watch on Hulu like during this week or last week. And I turned it on. It was like 5-1 Anaheim, like the third. And I was like, "Oh, this is not going well."
Yeah, I think it was 6-2 was the final.
And yes, you're right. The theme song's domination.
Yep. And then Saturday night, Matt sent a message in the group chat. He's like, "The Wings are playing on ABC, so now the whole country gets to laugh at us." And I was like, "Oh, that's unfortunate." And I see we're playing Boston. And I said, "Oh, we're gonna win this," and we did.
They tried
That's it,
not to.
Boston. Yep. Yeah. Say Boston barely got any shots on goal the whole fucking game. So did Detroit, though, for that matter. That was a boring ass game. 2-1. I wasn't really even paying attention to it though because I was busy watching the tournament while bartending.
Yes.
The nice thing about was that
And I was just going to say, sounds like I dodged a bullet not watching it either.
yeah. It's the nice thing about bartending is like I can watch games and shit while I'm at work. Every now and then, some fucker will come along like, "Hey man, can I get a Bud Light?" Like, you're disturbing me. Here, get out of my
I'm
face.
watching the game. Get out of here.
Why don't you go over in the corner and play hide and go fuck yourself, huh?
Hit him with a box up. Box up.
This other fucking guy kept calling to me like every fucking 7-8 minutes. I swear he come over, "Can I get a tequila sunrise?" Like, all right, hold on, you pussy. Let me get you out some fucking tequila and your orange juice and your grenadine. Here's your nice pink drink. Go
Did
away
you
with your
mix that with
fucking
a
mustache.
tampon?
Right. Let me wrap that cup in a maxi pad.
Sure, I'll serve you. Just wait for these 3 throws.
Yeah. All right, let's get into these games. First game of the week, we got the 35-26 Calgary Flames traveling to Utah to take on the 33-29 Mormons. Hockey team. Hockey team favored by 1.5. Mark Wahlberg.
Flames.
Matty Icing.
I'll take the Flames too.
Let's see, I stopped looking at the against the spread because I've made myself too much of a slave to it, and it's not been paying off for me. So I have no idea how these teams are against the spread. I fucking hate Calgary, but I don't think I want to pick Utah either. Like, this is the worst game of the week, and that's what we're starting off with. Utah's the home team, but I want to say they've done bad at home. Fuck it, I hate them, but give me Calgary. All right, Luke. Who's going to win?
That's going to be unanimous to start the week off.
All right. You heard it, folks. Fire up your betting apps. Put it
Bet the
all on
mortgage on
Calgary.
it.
All right, next, the 42-26 Edmonton Oilers taking on the 45-20 Las Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights favored by 1.5. Mark Wahlberg.
I'll go with LA.
I mean, Las Vegas. LV.
Were they not playing LA? Who's the Knights playing?
Oh, the Knights
Oilers.
playing Edmonton Oilers.
I don't know. Not know why I heard LA. Then yeah, fine. I'll take the Knights.
Okay.
Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then?
It's Luke talking to me in second place. Your arms off. No, it's not. Matty icing.
I'm taking the Knights as well.
Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then?
All right. I am also going to take the Golden Knights.
Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then?
All right, Luke. Are we all winners or did we all just lose?
Time to extend the lead.
Oil reserves.
Oil? Excuse me 1 second. Operation Golden Eagle is a go.
Yeah, they worked out for Luke when he went along with him last week. I don't think it's going to happen again this week, though.
Did I say Knights? I meant Oilers for sure.
It's not how this works. All right, on to the most difficult game of the fucking week, probably of the
Fucking
year.
right.
The 20-44 San Jose Sharks taking on the 32-33 Anaheim Ducks in Anaheim. Ducks favored by 1.5. It's Mark Wahlberg.
I feel like I shouldn't pick against the Ducks 2 weeks in a row. But the Sharks are going to cover, and I'll go Sharks.
All right, Matty icing.
I too am taking Shark Bait.
Shark bait. Ooh-ha-ha. Welcome, brother Shark bait. Shark bait. Ooh-ha-ha.
Yeah, in this instance, I got to go with whoever's getting the points, and that's San Jose. So give me the Jaws drop. Fuck that Nemo bullshit. Right, we're going to need a bigger boat. Luke Birch.
Anaheim are gonna need a bigger boat.
All right, it's unanimous. We're all taking San Jose. And the
Feel like
last
the
game,
NCAA college basketball.
the last game for tonight's lineup, at least, the 51-19 Winnipeg Jets taking on the 41-23 Los Angeles Kings. There they are, Smart. Kings favored by 1.5.
Oh, I got an early jump on it a couple of picks ago, so I'll do it for real this time. Give me a lot.
Oh yeah, didn't you not know it gets just as cold in LA? It's just a different kind of cold in LA. It's desert, you know.
Pull your finger out of your ass.
That's exactly what I say. So pull your finger out of your ass.
Should have found a part of it where Katie was saying it because it's kind of hot when she says it. Anyway, Matty icing.
I will take the Jets.
And then moments later,
Yeah, Thunder over Michigan. Give me the Jets.
and then moments later,
That's what they call that air show, by the way. Thunder over Michigan. Luke Bird.
Sorry, Smart.
and then moments later,
All right, Smark on his own with LA. Move on to tomorrow's games. We got the 47-17 Washington Capitals traveling to Carolina to take on the 45-24 Hurricanes. Hurricanes favored by 1.5. Mark Wahlberg.
Going Capitals.
Storm the White House! That's what we do!
All right, Matty icing.
I just completely blanked. Who was it again?
Washington and Carolina. Carolina favored.
Carolina. That's what it was.
Stand back! There's a hurricane coming through!
Been a while since we saw that one.
I know. I fucking missed that one. As much as I love it, fucking fuel up your diesels. Get your fucking American flags planted to the back of it. We're storming the White House.
Storm the White House! That's what we do!
All right, over to Luke Burt.
Did you say Carolina's favored?
Yes.
Then I'll take Washington with the points.
Storm the White House! That's what we do!
All right, that puts Matt on his own with the Hurricanes. I'm glad he picked them because at least we got to see the drop.
I was gonna say I purposely picked the Capitals because I figured Blake would pick against Carolina, and I was gonna be so pissed off if he was. Actually, I'll pick Carolina this week. Like, God damn.
Yeah, it's funny. Last year, Washington and Detroit were fighting for that last playoff spot, and this year, Washington's like the best team in the fucking East, and Detroit still sucks. But rebuilding is a 15-year process, right, Matt?
Maybe 20.
Oh yeah, 15 to 20. Yeah, according to sports fans here in Detroit.
Steve Bots. Steve.
Yeah, Steve Bot. 41-28 Minnesota Wild traveling to New York to take on the 35-32 Rangers. Rangers favored by 1.5. Smart Wahlberg.
I'll go Rangers.
How can you pluralize the Lone Ranger? What's wrong with that? Well, there's 3 of you.
I thought of that drop yesterday because my daughter was watching something on Super Simple, and this wolf was in a band called the Lone Wolves. Like, oh, they pluralized the Lone Wolf. Okay, not supposed to do that. Matty Icing.
I too will take the Lone Rangers.
How can you pluralize the Lone Ranger? What's wrong with that? Well, there's 3 of you.
Well, let's say you guys are on your own as with the Lone Rangers, but that doesn't make sense. So give me Minnesota.
You're where the wild things are.
All right, Luke, tell us for winners.
And we have a split decision.
Yeah.
You're where the wild things are.
Even James agreed. Yeah. Does it in every song, but whatever. Oh, and when my wife got the van last week, she was cleaning it out, and she found this little weird token thing, and it's from the Winter Classic Stadium game in Minnesota. So it's like a picture of the fucking Wild symbol, and it says Winter Classic on the other side, 2012 or some shit.
That's pretty cool.
Right. I'm like, cool. I'm gonna fucking hang on to that. All right, next game, the 44-26 Florida Panthers taking on the 45-25 Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs favored by 1.5. Smart Wahlberg.
Yeah, it's Panthers time.
You rat bastard.
Matty Icing.
I too would take the Panthers.
You rat bastard.
I've been going heavy on Toronto all year, but I hate Florida, and I'm picking Florida. It doesn't make sense.
You rat bastard.
Luke Birch.
I guess we won't be seeing the SNL comedian under retard.
You rat bastard.
Comedian and like fucking Eric comedian. 45-26 Colorado Avalanche giving up 1.5 as they travel to Chicago to take on the 21-44 Blackhawk. Smart Wahlberg.
I have no idea how delighted I was when you told me the other team was the Blackhawks, and I wouldn't actually have to just force the clip into playing, deal with the consequences later. Give me the Avalanche, please.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare.
Matty Icing.
You can go ahead and play that again.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare.
I know I said I wasn't going to go along with Chicago, but I wasn't lying. So give me Colorado.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare.
The only thing that bothers me about that is the way that kid just fucking flops his fucking hands and shit. No strength in the wrist. Luke Birch.
Make that 4 for Eminem.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare.
Mark smiling because he was paying attention to the wrists on that one, wasn't he?
Well, he's trying to do the thing that like rappers do sometimes in the music videos where they're just like speaking with their hands, but like he just hasn't seen any actual like rap videos, so he's just doing his best interpretation of
Yeah,
it.
so they keep their wrists locked and just move their hands. They don't flop. It's like a fucking Muppet.
How fucking unconscious Tua did a better job.
Right. He was
Actually,
throwing
his
gang
arm-
signs like a pro.
His arms are going
Yeah.
like that because he's dodging fucking bullets Matrix style from Box the entire time he's rapping.
All right, last game of the week. We got the 31-38 Seattle Kraken taking on the 34-27 Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver. Canucks favored by 1.5. Mark Wahlberg.
I will go Canucks.
And that's it! Why don't you Canucks go back where you came from?
True North wants you to analyze that clip in detail on Thursday.
No, it's coming.
All right, Matty Icing.
I'll go Canucks as well.
And that's it! Why don't you Canucks go back where you came from?
Yeah, South Park for the win.
And that's it! Why don't you Canucks go back where you came from?
I had to conform and fucking pick the Liam Neeson drop last week. I ain't doing it 2 weeks in a row. Luke Birch.
Closing out with fucking 3 unanimous games. How boring.
And that's it! Why don't you Canucks go back where you came from?
Sounds to me like we got some good records coming next week. Watch Luke fucking nosedives and we're all like, hey, everybody went 0-9.
Oh no.
We did differ on a couple games, so it's like, all right, Luke went 1-8, and the rest of us went 0-9. All right. Well, that is that for the NHL. So with that, I guess Luke has to pull up his little random wheel so we can figure out a draft order for these sports TV shows. I got a couple really good ones here that I think I'll be able to get even in the later rounds because I don't know that you guys know of them. Then I got a couple that I'm probably going to have to take in the higher rounds because I don't trust them to be there. We're going to do 4 rounds, by the way, so that'd be 16 shows. I have 6 written down, so I'm in trouble if some of these start getting picked.
I have about 4 off the top of my head.
Usually I would go through and pick like fucking 16 of them, so I have one no matter what for every fucking one that can get taken, but I don't. I'll have to like pull from memory or like do a last second search on the phone. Really hoping I get that first overall pick. Oh, respins in again? That son of a bitch.
I thought I already got spent. I was like, oh, Luke's getting first pick? What the heck?
All right, first pick in the sports TV show draft. It's going to respin.
Yes. I love that
That's
guy.
Hell yeah.
He's a lucky motherfucker. Or she. Sorry to assume gender. You get canceled for that shit. Oh, Luke really is getting the first
Bullshit.
pick now.
Good for you.
All right, Luke Birch is first. Just like the fucking NHL standings all over again. Oh, speaking of NHL standings, while Luke is spinning this, I finally went through. Hey, where did I put it? Gotta find. Oh, there it is. Hey, I get second pick. All right, I'm in favor of that. Remember we did that draft thing with the NHL teams at the beginning of the year, and then I just haven't like gone through and pulled things up in like fucking month and a half. Well, currently, Luke Birch is at the bottom in that one. Haha. He's got 145 points. Matty Icing at 162. Fucking respin again. 1 point above Matt is Mark Wahlberg at 163. And this is where I'm fucking running away with things. I'm in first at 185, so I have a 22-point lead on Smart, who's in second. I think it's safe to say I'm going to win the teams. Smart gets third pick, and that means Maddie Icing is going last.
Unless we get another respin.
I'll say we're going to get another
Yes.
respin. I know it. Bet it lands on respin again after this. Let's see how many respins in a row we can get. Ah, it's going to Matt this time.
Suck it, respin.
You did dick respin. All right. Well, Luke Birch, you were officially on the clock with the first overall pick of the TV or sports TV shows.
I'm not sure if this counts, but I'm going to count it. I'll take Sports Night, the Aaron Sorkin show.
That is acceptable. That was one it's not written down, but I knew of it, so I was going to take it. I know fucking G Wiz loved that show. All right, well, with my first overall pick, I'm going to snag it before Smart does. Now, I don't even know if he would have snagged it with his first overall pick, but I'm going to. Give me Shorzy.
I totally would have, not even because I like the show. I just wanted to be a dick. I was hoping so badly that I just got to pick ahead of you. I didn't even care if it was first. I knew that's where you were going, and I wanted to snake you.
Yep, that's why I was just happy to get second. I was like, all right, I'm fairly certain Luke won't take Shorzy because he's probably never seen it. If Smart gets ahead of me, though, I'm fucked.
I've only seen the first season, and I just wanted to be a dick, and it just unfortunately didn't work out in my favor.
You get some catching up to do because there's 4 seasons now.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I am going to with my first pick because I suggested it in the group chat, so I'll go ahead and get this out of the way before somebody snakes me. I'm going Hard Knocks.
Maddie Icing sheds a tear.
Not really. I was excited to get this one. We'll go with like my favorite all-time one. Give me The League.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Damn it. That was going to be my next pick. Son of a bitch. That was one of those ones I thought would fall to me in the later rounds, too, because I was like, oh, you know, how familiar these guys are with The League. The League is a fucking amazing show.
I like it. Just didn't think about it.
I love Chalupa Batman.
Fucking taco. All right, Luke Birch, you were back on the clock with your second overall pick.
Ted Lasso.
Cocksucker.
Wow.
And what do they call him? I forget. What do y'all say over there?
Oh.
Pecker, whatever, or something?
Wanka.
Wanka. There it is.
You wanka. All right. With my second overall pick, I'm going to take this before it gets picked. Give me the 30 for 30 series.
God damn it. That was going to be my next pick. Son of a bitch.
That's what you get for wanting to pick Shorzy just to fucking spite me.
Yeah, not only did you get to pick ahead of me the first round, you actually got to stake me for real and sincerity the second round. So great.
Oh man, if it was a snake draft, we would have got our picks there, Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Technically not a show anymore, but whatever. It's gonna have to do.
Have to be currently running.
I'm gonna go with Outside the Lines.
All right, OTL for Smart. Maddie Icing is back on the clock.
Go ahead and give me a HBO Prime or HBO like signature one. Give me Ballers.
Ah, Ballers. Shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, well, that part doesn't work, but like how they use actual NFL players.
Fuck that wrestler guy.
I mean, yeah, fuck The Rock in general. He's not even a good actor, and the motherfucker gets crazy roles and money. All right. Yeah, I mean, that was another thing I like about The League, too. Yeah. All the actual players that fucking pop up. You wouldn't expect them to on this goofy-ass comedy show, but they actually had a lot of actual players.
I wish they would have never shut that show off.
I know. I've gone through the whole series like fucking probably 4 or 5 times now. I've watched the shit out of that show. All right. Luke Birch, start us off in the third round.
I'll go with a show that I'm not sure if it's still running or not, but if it isn't. It should be. Give me last chance, you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, kind of like picking the same thing. Oh shit. True North? No, you're not involved in the draft. But I will steal that from you.
Why now? Why now?
How did I forget about that? Now that he put that up there, though, I am taking with my third pick, Pros versus Joes. That was an
Side
awesome
note,
fucking show.
Netflix now has MXC on it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been watching it on was it Tubi? Because it was on
Oh
there
yeah.
for a long time.
Me and my friends were just talking about like how he has that. I was like, man, I miss Spike TV. I was like, Pros versus Joes, MXC, 1,000 Ways to Die.
I can't believe I forgot about Pros versus Joes because it was literally only like 2 weeks ago that I was like searching it, trying to find episodes. I was looking on YouTube and shit. Can't find anything on it. All right, Smart, you're on the clock for your third pick.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm at a point now where I'm not worried about anybody snaking anything from me because I feel like I'm the only person that likes these shows. But I'm going to keep the theme of dead ESPN shows running, and I'm going to go with highly questionable.
All right. That pick was highly questionable.
I liked it.
Matty Icing, third pick.
I will go with sticking with Netflix. Go ahead and give me like the quarterback / wide receivers series show.
Okay.
Jared Goff is on this season, quarterbacks, and for some reason Kirk Cousins is on again.
Yeah. Amon-Ra was on the last season of wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
That's why I liked it so much. It's like, yeah, look at my Detroit Heroes.
You know it. Until like
All
the
right.
last game, I got shut it off.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Luke, last pick.
Is Friday Night Lights still available?
Yes, it is.
Then I'll finish up with that.
All right, that was one I had in my head for a backup. It was an all right show. A little bit of the too much teen drama in the middle of it for me, but I did actually like it too. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
I was just about to say it. I can't remember how he said.
I used to change it. I said, red eyes, full bowl, can't lose. But now I can't smoke weed anymore, so. All right, well, I still have 2 on my list, but I can only pick one, and I'm going to take this one because it's just a favorite of mine. It doesn't run anymore. I've heard rumors that they're going to bring it back, but give me Blue Mountain State.
Oh my god, how did I forget about that?
I was just going to say, Matt, if you haven't seen that one, I suggest you watch it.
Yeah.
Blue Mountain State is fucking hilarious. I love that show.
Nothing like being a backup quarterback who goes to college to become a gym teacher. There's no pressure.
Right. All right. Mark Wahlberg, your final pick.
I honestly thought you were going to go with playmakers on that one, so I'm a little bit surprised. You seem like you were a playmakers person.
I can't say I've never seen it.
It wasn't bad. I think I saw it when I was like 12, and it was good when you were 12. I don't know if it would have actually held up. Anyways, to go back to once again keeping the theme of dead ESPN shows and things I watched when I was a youth. I watched it like almost all the time when I was a teenager. It used to run an ESPN classic. They would do like arm wrestling, spelling bee, pro wrestling. They just make fun of all kinds of fucking lame, obscure sports. Give me Cheap Seats.
What was it?
Cheap Seats.
Cheap Seats. Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember that show now. The way you were describing it, I was like, it's technically still running, but it's dead, really. I thought you were going to go with Sports Center.
I was thinking about that maybe. Of like the fucking classic run the Sports Center.
Well, see, that brings me to my question. For my pick, I was thinking, does top 10 work? Does that count?
Sure. I mean, well,
that's what I'll take.
It's part of Sports Center, so I guess you just have to take all of Sports Center.
Sports Center, just mainly top 10. That's about it.
No,
That and big hits.
I was thinking about taking Sports Center just because, like, I used to watch it when I was a kid all the fucking time. Like, every morning when I'd get up before school, I'd sit there and watch fucking Sports Center for like 45 minutes back when you had Kenny Mayne and Stuart Scott, and they actually, like, recapped games. You got to see highlights and they talked over it. It was amazing. Now
And
it's
it
just a
wasn't the
fucking
same
talk show.
person. Oh, and now it's the same person over and like, here's LeBron.
Yeah.
And there's LeBron. And here's LeBron again. Luka,
God for-
LeBron.
Yeah. God forbid you turn it on a fucking Tuesday and you get fucking 60 minutes of, well, look what Tom Brady did on Monday Night Football. Like, you know,
Yeah,
there was
oh, yeah.
other shit that happened.
We had our first ever 40 point, 40 rebound, 40 steal, 40 block game. But did you see LeBron?
Right.
Charles Barkley basically called them out for that like a week or two ago, where it's like you fuckers at ESPN basically just only talk about the same 2 teams and 4 players just over and over again. And
Yeah,
then there was like everybody at ESPN just like went on TV and was like, "Yeah, fuck you, Charles Barkley." It's like he's not wrong though.
Yeah.
Right. It's accurate.
Oh,
That
by
may
the
be true,
by,
but we're trying to get paid.
I'm going to ask this question to Cheese specifically because it was like a long, long time ago. But do you remember? I don't even remember what it was called, but do you remember they did a shitty like reality show where the winner got to become like the next Sports Center anchor? It was on
No.
ESPN. I forget what it was called, but it was like I want to say 2003, maybe 2004.
No, I can't say that I remember that at all.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find anything else about it.
Yeah, I was what I was gonna take before True North reminded me of Pros versus Joes. Thank you, True North. I was actually about to take E60. Like, I know I just picked 30 for 30, but I was about to take E60 too. It was just like, I'm a fucking sucker for documentaries.
Yeah,
I'm
60 was
just still really mad I forgot about Blue Mountain State.
It was called Dream Job. Dream Job is an American reality series made by ESPN, which premiered on February 22nd, 2004. Second reality show, blah, blah, blah. The winner got to be a Sports Center anchor. I don't even remember who won. They probably fired them like immediately, but I can see if I can find out anything about it.
Yeah,
Probably some bimbo.
They're like, yeah, you're going to cover the 3 to 5 hours at AM.
Yeah.
We'll put your ass in ESPN Teleportes.
Yeah, I had Blue Mountain State as third on my list. And I was like, I'm pretty sure this one will be there available for me in the 4th round. Thankfully, Matty Icing forgot about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got it.
Mike Hall.
Mike Hall, huh?
Yeah, he apparently works for the Big Ten Network now and is a sideline reporter for the NFL games on Fox. I've never heard of this motherfucker.
He's
I
even
love
got
how
a
he
fucking
covers table tennis.
Yeah. Like, he had a name tailored for it too. Like, this is Mike Hall and this is my show, Mike Hall. Mike Hall with Mike Hall. So yeah, I took Shorzy over or first overall because that's my favorite. Next, I would have picked the league, but Matty Icing took it from me. Then Blue Mountain State, then 30 for 30, then E60. That was before I fucking was reminded of Pros versus Joes. Big shout out to True North. Thank you so much. I missed that
Blue
show.
Mountain State would have been my number 2 if I would have remembered.
And American Gladiators was another one I had in the chamber.
I was mildly tempted to take Slam Ball.
Oh yeah, Slam Ball was cool.
Wait, can I change my last pick to MXC? That's sports related, right?
It's more like comedy and satire, I would say.
That's like an Asian sport over there. They do that weird shit.
It was like a low budget, fucking 40 years earlier American Ninja Warrior. Wipeout.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing about MXC is listening to the shit they say. You get to see a few motherfuckers get fucked up. That's always fun too. But we had that on a couple weeks ago when my in-laws were over and they're like, "What the fuck are you watching?" And me and the wife like it, So we're telling them like, "Yeah, it's just this goofy ass show. Like they say the funniest shit." And like the whole time, like people are barely paying attention. Like they're not really watching it, but then like they just hear the most random fucking commentary and they're laughing at it. Like, see, told you. That's the entertaining aspect.
You know what was also cool on like all the ESPN shows? They had that show Stump the Swab. It was like it was just a bunch of people competing against this like fat, unlikable nerd that just knew too much about sports trivia. Like it wasn't even like an analyst or like journalist of any kind. He was just some fucking dork that nobody liked.
Yeah, the dude had a shit ton of sports knowledge. I remember that. I bet he's dead now.
I hope so.
Or
I
he's on the
don't-
chat with us.
Let's find out if he's dead.
That's what I was about to look up too, but you're already on it, so.
Let's get that rumor circulated if he's not. Let's
Funny,
either get
I
him on
thought
the
it. Matt said it like, yeah, he's on the show with us. Smark's just a bad goatee away from that guy.
Like, I was pretty sure you guys were talking. I was pretty sure that was talking about me, but I was just going to ignore it. And it just kept going over and over again. I was like, well, shit.
Granted, you've lost a lot of weight, so he was heavier than you, but
You're just some fat, unlikable nerds. Like, yeah, no, I know that feeling. Like, God damn it. How dare you? So I have some good news to report. I guess he died April 20th, 2024. So.
Oh, wow. He lived longer than I thought.
Yeah. 63.
Oh, he was older than I thought, too. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that made me think of Win Ben Stein's money, but that wasn't sports related.
you will absolutely be shocked to find out that he died from a heart attack.
Bob Dole shows up in the chat and he's dead. That's true. Maybe we can get an appearance from the Schwab next week. Who won the Super Bowl? Asking from the grave. All right, well, that concludes our sports show draft. We had a couple more draft ideas for the following weeks, and then we actually have to do our real NFL mock draft a full week and a half before the draft, because the same week that the draft is, the NBA and NHL playoffs start, so we'll have to do some shit with that. So I figure the week before we will do our actual NFL mock draft that we do every year. So they're laughing away the tears. No, look like something Schwab.
I was actually looking at pictures of them. I'm like, you know what? They're not wrong. Like, it's not great, but yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, you guys aren't like twins or anything, but I mean, I said throw a goatee on you.
What? You know, I did grow up without a father, so maybe we're connected dots.
What's the name of this guy?
His name is Howie Schwab.
Like SCHUAB or something like that.
Yeah, SCHWAB, and then Howie is how you would think it would be spelled.
Like Mandel.
In hell, yeah, I see it.
I mean, it is what it is.
You know, I used to watch that show just so I could. It was like Jeopardy, you know. You watch it, and you get one or two right out of the whole show, but you still feel good about yourself because you got a couple right.
There was a period in time that I'm not incredibly proud of that I used to play like fucking drunk Jeopardy. I just like watch Jeopardy when I get home from work, and then like if I got the answer right, I would take a shot.
You must have stayed pretty sober.
I did okay, and then by the time I got to like round 2 or 3, I was like, well, no, I'm too drunk to think, so this is going to go very well.
Right. I need like a sports category to come along to have a chance.
Racial slurs. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, you got your B. What's the B say? No. Too much pressure. I'm not doing it. Not your performing monkey. Yeah. Beat him into the microphone. It sounds great for everybody. Hey, why do you always got to tip over the microphone? All right. No, you guys want to call it early night, or you guys want to do a round of Cards Against Humanity?
Do we have people?
We have True North.
Calling it early night.
Yeah, we know you don't ever stick around for that. That's like I'm not interacting with people in the chat. I'm better than that. Hey, Matt. Well, appreciate you coming on as always.
Of course.
But, yeah, we'll be back for more fun with Matty Icing next week.
All right, I'll catch you all next week.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
You too.
All right, so, you guys just want to call it a night, or you guys want to play a round of Cards Against Humanity with True North?
We can. I feel like that kind of depends on what he wants to do.
Right. True North, do you want to play around?
It's like, nah, I gotta make it an early night. So you guys
Right.
it's like, hey.
So we don't even ask him when we create it, and then, like, he doesn't jump in, so it's just the three of us playing with each other. Just like any other show.
Ooh. Yeah, don't.
Like what happens after we turn off the camera.
Okay, now that Matt's gone, let's talk about some Lions stuff. Because fucking, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about? They are proposing. One of the Lions people are proposing. It got tabled, but they're at like the owners' meetings or whatever to seed the teams based on actual record and not just conference winner or division winners, rather.
Yeah, I've seen that. Over there you go. Yeah, I actually did see that.
Apparently, they collectively voted fuck that shit because like apparently the Falcons have a lot of pull like that. But I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So like every year, the fucking an NFC South team that doesn't belong there ends up getting a home game and they end up winning because it's a home game. So they just fuck somebody who actually deserved to have a home game over.
Yeah, I say we just get rid of the NFC South.
That's going to be the next proposal from the Lions guys. It's like, you know what? Let's get rid of the NFC South.
Although then we would lose the fucking Buccaneers. All right, can we get rid of the NFC South and just put the Buccaneers somewhere else? Let's just get rid of another NFC East team. Fuck it.
Or just recreate the NFC Central.
I was just about to say, we're fucking bringing back the NFC Central, boys.
Fuck it. Let's put the Buccaneers in the AFC and kick the Jets out of the league. Or the Browns. Either or. The dogs are fighting.
I think we should go with the Jets because I'm not sure I like the wording of let's kick the Browns out of the league. Like, in today's political climate, we might be able to make that work, but I just don't like the word.
Let's kick Cleveland out the league. Better.
Sure.
Cleveland sucks. Cleveland sucks. The drop we've seen the least out of all the NFL teams last year was the Cleveland drop, I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Even when we weren't picking the Jets, we were playing it. You fucking suck. Only if the Bucks are renamed to the Gay Pirates.
Ooh.
The Tampa Bay Butt Pirates. All right, well, he's clearly still listening, but he didn't say if he wants to play Cards Against Humanity. What do you want, you fat bastard? No. See, you brought the bitch in with you. Small fat dog came in, and then Charlie's big ass followed him in. It's too tight in here. Y'all fucking start fighting, I'm going to kill. My computer's going to fall down. Yeah, that's right. Leave. Shameful ass beasts. All right, well, fuck it. Or still hasn't said anything, so I guess we just wrap the show for this week. Maybe we'll play some Cards Against Humanity next week. Maybe we'll be able to get Scott in here, a couple other people. Get a hold of Yuck, see if he wants to come back and play some more. But yeah, fuck it. For this week, go ahead and get the hell out of here. Why not? Another short show sounds good. But yeah, big shout out to True North. Thank you for the Pros vs. Joes. But even though they're not here, shout out to Scott Greer, not queer. Shout out to Bob Dole. Shout out Craig. Shout out Bobby Anthem, motherfucking legend. Love you, Bobby. Even though I just said get rid of Cleveland. I just meant the sports team. I know you don't give a fuck about that. Keep the city of Cleveland because Bobby lives there, so it's fine. But yeah, come back next week. We'll be here at 8:30 ish. Tuesdays as always. And yeah, try to have a good week, motherfuckers. Tits.
Chinaman.
Chinaman tits.